I'm going to step off the limb now. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. The surface is fine and powdery.
Barely 2 generations ago, cars hadn't been invented. Yet now, we can travel to the moon. NASA even has projects to colonize other planets.
20 years ago, life was a mystery, yet now our scientists are actually making life in their laboratories. 20 years ago, Crick and Watson first discovered the structure of DNA. Now, a company called DuPont Limited are selling a machine which synthesizes DNA at the touch of a button. The second half of the last century has seen an enormous revolution sweep over our world. Yet are we any closer to answering the great questions that have always been at the back of all our minds? Who are we? Where did we come from? And where are we going? Religious dogma has forced its answers for centuries, but now is beginning to lose its grip as its self-contradictions become more and more obvious. The alternative explanation, the theory of evolution, is being seen by more and more scientists as simply a theory, and one which cannot explain our recent scientific discoveries. What we do know for certain is that our scientists are beginning to synthesize life in our own laboratories. If it's happening now, then why couldn't it have happened before? In fact, these ideas are as old as the earth itself. The world's ancient texts all talk about people coming from the sky, the stars, or the sun, who made all life on earth, including human beings, in their image. They loved these humans, educated them, and then left, saying that they'd be back one day when we're capable of understanding them. Which sounds the most logical then? The theory of evolution, which claims we came about by chance? Or the theory of an immaterial God suddenly magicking all life on a whim? Or being designed and created in a laboratory? This third option is the most likely because it's actually happening right now in our own laboratories today. If we were created in a laboratory, can we expect our scientific creators to return? On the 13th of December 1973, French journalist Claude Vorion was driving through the volcanic area of Clermont-Ferrand, central France, when he had a sudden urge to take a walk at the Puy de la Sola. Suddenly, he noticed a bright, flashing light in the sky, heading in his direction. And as it got closer, he saw that it was made of a grey metallic substance, the shape of a flattened bell. His curiosity turned to anticipation as the machine approached him, until, when about 30 meters away, it stopped and hovered, still, just above the ground. A trapdoor opened below, unfolding into a staircase. What at first Claude thought was a child stepped down and walked straight towards him. It was a small man, about 4 feet tall, beautiful, black hair, beard, dark almond-shaped eyes, and a smile radiating with harmony. At a loss what to do, Claude acted as a true journalist and asked, "Where do you come from?"
From very far away, and I have come to talk to you, Claude Vorion.
They talked. Claude was invited into the craft, and over the next 6 consecutive days, the extraterrestrial dictated a series of messages which are both clear and revolutionary. These messages have now been translated into 22 languages and are available by post from the Ryan movement, or you can get to your local library to order them. This is what the extraterrestrial said.
We created humanity. You mistook us for gods. We were the ones who started all the religions on earth. And now that humanity is capable of understanding this, we would like you to build an embassy where we can land officially in front of everyone. A long time ago on our planet, we had reached a stage similar to the one you are in now. Our scientists were beginning to design life through the synthesis of DNA. The whole of our society watched with fascination as they created more and more sophisticated organisms, until one day they made a mistake. From then on, public opinion turned against these scientists, and they were forced to take their experiments elsewhere. They finally found a planet suitable for the creation of life. It was your Earth, and at the time had no life on it at all. It was completely covered with water and clouds.
Many ancient texts point to the work of these scientific creators. Let's open the Bible at the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 12.
They divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament.
The waters below was the ocean. The waters above were the clouds.
We dug with the help of enormous underwater explosions, creating huge holes into which the waters rushed, allowing dry land to emerge. An island formed, a continent, the original single continent.
Let the waters under heaven be gathered together into one place, and let dry land appear. Genesis 1:9.
On this single landmass, we set up 7 laboratories, one for each of our own 7 races, and began our experiments synthesizing life. We started by making simple life forms such as viruses and bacteria, and as we progressed in our research, we made more complicated organisms, plants, fish, reptiles, birds, and eventually mammals, daring each time to make an even more beautiful and sophisticated model of living art. Life did not evolve. It simply followed the inspiration of our chemical artists, who integrated and adapted each new prototype to survive in the overall ecology. Fragrances, shapes, colors, styles, textures, movements, even mating rituals were all made to have beauty, harmony, and balance. Seeing this incredible progress, opinions were divided in our government as to whether this artificial life was safe for us. Would the created destroy the creators? We decided to allow our scientists to continue their experiments as long as they did not create any intelligent life. But the temptation was too strong for these scientists and artists, who were impassioned by their work of populating a virgin world. So one day, some of them decided to disregard their orders and synthesize intelligent people like themselves.
Let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Genesis 1:26.
Our government was extremely alarmed when it heard about this. How could we be sure that the human beings that had been created would not become a threat to us?